Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Hi! So I just got done creating this fun little legal pad. I'm going to show you, I got them at the dollar store back when it was a dollar store. It was in my box of make and take supplies and I thought, oh, I could do one of these. So it is 5 by 8 and it came in a 3-pack, so I did a sample one. I'm going to keep that with the third one. I'm going to make another one just to keep on hand. I love sketch pads, notepads. I've shown you them before. This is a long skinny one. I use them constantly, having something to write on besides my notebook. When I go to figure out measurements, I write, I scratch it out, I write again. So I love a notepad, a sketch pad, anything to write on. I use it like crazy. So we are using the Daydream DSP, which is a Hostess DSP in the annual catalog. Great package of paper. I am trying to use as much as I can of it. And we are just going to use the Petal Park stamp set. Let's move the whiteboard. So we are just using this floral image, these two, in the Petal Park. I just want the greenery. And I'm going to show you. I've got most of this already prepped. So this is the greenery. I stamped it in Memento, the outline image, then I stamped on top in Old Olive, and I just fussy cut it out. So let me set that aside, and you can see the beautiful little legal pad. Very pretty. I mean, the DSP does all the work for you. It is so simple, y'all. You have no idea. This is DSP. I have one piece of cardstock, and let me go through what we're going to need. So I'm going to set that to the side. And my pen. Don't want to lose my blue pen. Okay, so cardstock. Well, you're going to need your legal pad, of course. We have that. I have my cardstock layer, which is Blackberry Bliss, is 5 by 11. And we scored, see, this is why I need my pen. I know that I scored it 8. And then I scored it 8 and 2/16. So right there. And then my DSP layer number 1 is this piece of, and I'm going to look at that, and that is not right, y'all. This is what happens when I go live. Do I have another piece of that DSP? Where is my paper packet? Here, I'm sure I do, as there is so much of this stuff. All right, we're just going to cut it on camera and get it right. Here I was thinking, oh, I was so smart. I had it all done. But have I used it all up is the question. Let's see, what is on? That's on that side. I could probably find it better with that one. Yes. I love this print here. Let me show you. They have this twice. This one's in Old Olive. This is in Petal Pink. And I absolutely love it in both of them. I mean, this one is front and back. This is pretty too, but oh, so pretty. So we're using this DSP here and this one for the back side. I'm not worried that I miscut it. We will manage. We could probably get away with doing the green one. Let's see. No, the measurement's going to be a little off, but maybe the second one I do. The third one, I'll do the Old Olive. So let me get out this. I just thought I was being so smart. I didn't measure or anything. And I don't know why. So let's see. 7 3/4. Yeah, now I know what I did. That was so silly of me. Okay, 7 3/4 by 4 3/4. So 7 3/4, and that is not 7 3/4. I cut it at 7 instead of 7 3/4. So it's right there. It tells me, but I just didn't do the right cut. All right, so we're going to cut that in a minute. Let's finish on with these layers here, what we got. So I'm going to give you two options. DSP layer number 2, or you could use cardstock. For my sample one, I used the DSP, the opposite side of this one, the dark purple. I used that. For the one I'm doing on camera, I decided to use cardstock. So it's up to you, but the measurement is 2 3/8 by 4 1/8. The DSP layer is 2 1/8 by 3 3/4, and I already have mine glued down and everything. I've just done so much. So basic white for that floral is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. You are going to need the homemade tag punch. I did mine in Blackberry Bliss. You are going to need 2 of the leaves, big leaves from the bow punch. You are going to need a 1 3/4 inch circle punch or die for the centerpiece, and that is the DSP again. And then I used that DSP here with a 1 3/8 of an inch circle punch to stamp our sentiment. Same DSP is there. I'm just tied it all in. I'm going, of course, we're using the Petal Park stamp set, the floral image. I used Old Olive to stamp my leaves. Blackberry Bliss ink, we're going to stamp our sentiment and do some little spots out of the Petal Park. We're using those little tiny dots. It was an afterthought and I like it. And for the very best occasion, you're the best ever is what we are going to do. So let's get started as I drop everything all over me. Okay, let's set those aside, the legal pad aside, and the notebook aside, and get out the large trimmer here. And we need to cut our DSP to 4 3/4, which is right here. Sometimes this, if you don't hold the paper because it's hitting a leg of a stand my computer is on, it will move it. So there's that cut, and now it's at 7 3/4, not 7. It says 7 3/4, and hopefully this time I got it right. So what I can tell you is this is the part for the large part of our legal pad. I cut this in half is how I got the measurement for the first layer of cardstock or DSP. It's up to you. Like I said, this time I'm choosing to do a DSP. I'm also going to be giving this one away that we are making right now. I'm like, why not share the love? Maybe it'll hold on. My grandson opened my stamp room door. I have the heater going, but he forgot to lock the door. It's so cold. Alrighty. So we have our cardstock, which is 5 by 11, scored at, I guess we should look at it this way, 5 by 11, scored at 8 2/16. We need the bone folder, and this time I am going to fold this way, and when I am going to crease this, I'm going to push this way. I just want to make sure because it's a really tight little fit. So I'm pulling inwards and down. So we're going to go to this one. This one was a little, because it's such a small mark. So I'm going to hopefully get it started here. There we go. And I'm going to do this one. I'm going to pull outwards as I go. Or up and away, down and out. So now we have our score marks. I want to do that one more time. And I'm going to use tear tape, and I'm using 1/8 of an inch tear tape on the inside here. So this is the front. This goes on the little binding. And I am only going to add one little piece of tear tape. I don't think it needs a whole lot. Again, to this back flap to secure it to the actual I can't just open my new pokey tool. I have to do a video and get all of Miss Gloria Wolf's information out there before I open that gorgeous tool. It's so gorgeous, guys. I'll give you a sneak peek if you haven't seen it. I need to order some from her. Look at my pokey tool. It will do away with my little pens as soon as I open it and I write down all of her info. So, notepad, the legal pad. So you want the dark side. And you want this little flap to go to the back. I'm trying to remember how I actually got it in here, but I'm using my surface as just to get it all lined up. I'm going to fold it over and tuck her up in there, just like that. Now what I'm going to do is go over the back, and this is okay for me. That doesn't bother me at all. And I'm going to take the fat end of my bone folder and I'm going to push along where we have that score tape in there, just to make it there really nice and secure. And now I'm going to go over that to make sure it's nice and on there. And there is the covering for our legal pad. You don't want to score it here because you won't be able to tear the paper. So now we have our DSP layer. I'm going to use large bottle of Tombow for this. I mean, I kind of wanted to do one in different DSPs, and we'll see what I do with the last one, as I have 3 of these. That blue gift bag I did with the Petal Park and Regency Park DSP, my daughter just gave it to her girlfriend for a birthday gift. I was so happy. I was like, yay, it's being used. Okay. Here we go. This is how easy this is going to be. I already had those glued down, so all I need to do is fix these with glue to my notepad here, little legal pad bottom, and then the top. I even have the halfback pearls. I wanted really big ones for this project, as this is something I would not be, you know, everyday mailing. And I only fix them where inside the center of the flowers. Now we have our floral pieces. Let's bring all these in here. We're going to do some stamping. So, oops, there goes my bow. My fingers are so cold. Things just slip right out of them. So I'm going to give on my sample, I didn't do it, but I'm going to give my little leaves a little wiggle. All of them, just, hope you guys can see this, just that little wiggle. Just a little wiggle. Okay, there's one. Here's the second bow. Just a little wiggle in there. And not the baby one. I've wiggled him too many times right off. You guys, I know, are probably sick of hearing me say how I do that, but I can't help it. I have. So figure out if you want it going this way or that way, or you could even do it sideways. How did I put it? Okay, mine is going, that's weird. It's going this way. So I'm going to keep it the same way. Now I'm going to take my bone folder and just go up on a few of the leaves. This is going to have a lot of glue on it, so I want it kind of flat, but I am going to put just a little curve on some of the edges. So I'm looking to where I want this, and before it is permanently glued down, I'm just tapping it in the center. I now am going to add my bows. I'm going to trim off the ends. And I'm going to tuck those up in there, hopefully before the glue sets. So here's one. I'm going to put that one up like this, and that means this one is going to be coming out that way. I had to buy me some scissors at the store the other day. They're still crap scissors, but I'm not putting in an order till April. So tuck this one up like so. It just needed that hint of that purple in there. Love it. So there we go. Now I can add a little bit more glue here just to secure those down. And next we have our tag, our homemade tag punch with that 1 3/4 inch circle punch of the same DSP. Come on, don't be on there. This one I did square. You could do it that way, but I kind of liked the squareness of it. This is, I mean, really fast. We're going to need that in a second. So I have my 1 3/8 inch circle of the DSP right there. And I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss, and I am going to stamp "You're the best ever." And I really like it much better than the black. So this is going up on dimensionals. So let's use that one. I want 2. You use how many you would like to use. I wouldn't use more than 3 on this little circle. I think 2 is plenty. So there is, voila. Ah, so nice. Now this is so simple. I just wanted to add a bit more of the Blackberry Bliss in here. And these little dots that was in the stamp set worked out great. And I don't even mind when you go off the page. There's one right there. See, that just got the little one. And I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to start off here, here, and just, you know, put them where you think it needs just that little bit more color. And that is how simple this was. Yeah, I got all the little rhinestones on there, but that is my little legal pad, 5x8 legal pad. I think it's beautiful. This one has way more pearls on it just because of how the DSP was cut. But I really like that being in Blackberry Bliss rather than the black memento. I hope you like this project. If you do, give me a thumbs up, like, and share. Make a comment, and of those people who do, I will draw your names and mail this pad out to you. And to do that, though, I need your address. So if you are interested, please email me your address at aliceseraphin1969@gmail.com. So I will have a drawing. I will probably, can't tell you if I will do it live, but I will let you know via the comments or the email. So don't forget, and I hope you enjoyed this, and whoever receives this, I hope you enjoy it too. And I do mail outside of the United States. So when I say I'm doing a drawing, unless I specify that I'm not mailing out of the United States, it doesn't bother me to mail to Canada, to UK. I do that anyway. So happy crafting, and come back and visit me in my wonderland. Bye bye now.